Vampire, not a vampire, not a vampire, not a vampire. I'm a vampire, not a vampire, not a vampire, not a vampire.
Hey Aussie gamers and honorary Aussie gamers from around the world, welcome to episode 74. Today is Tuesday the 21st of April 2015 and you're listening to the Aussie Gamers Express podcast. The podcast that can smash your head into your chest and rip open a peephole so you can still see. For $3.99. I am your host LewkOne and joining me as usual is my good friend Thorncliff. How are you, mate?
I am well.
Wonderful, and also joining us is our other great friend Red. How are you?
Fantastic to be here with you guys.
Lovely and enthusiastic as always. I'm very happy for you guys. I'm the same. I'm very good. Do I actually ever say if I'm good or not?
No one cares.
No. All right, I'm just going to cross out for next week's show about Thorncliff. Our usual is
our obligatory friend.
Yeah, Joining me, as usual, is my arsehole acquaintance. Okay, there we go. That'll be for next week there. All right, before we start, here is this week's show in preview. First up, we'll have Game Talk. Then after that, we'll go into the news. And in the news this week, we'll have a new PlayStation Vita design with question mark, Assassin's Creed Chronicles, Heroes of the Storm launch, Blizzard Giveth and Taketh away, Mortal Kombat X sales, Bloodborne with a guitar, if it wasn't hard enough already. 2K closes down, EA free-to-play games die, and a bit on Star Wars Battlefront. After that, what's that sound? And we'll close the show for another week. Okay, who would like to go first in telling us about their week in video game land?
I'll go, because it's been very short. A bit of Mortal Kombat X, so just enjoying that. Basically.
How's the confidence in Mortal Kombat X going? Because you were very confident last week.
Oh, I'm confident. Very confident.
Do you reckon you could beat Reprimir?
No, because I don't have like 1 million hours a week to play the game.
Okay. Do you reckon you could beat Nico?
Yep.
Why do you say that?
Oh, don't know. I'm just confident.
Okay. Well, just to help out with your confidence until we do get our match, I kick Reprimir's ass. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah?
Yep.
Oh, wow. With what character?
All of them.
All of them. They're pretty much like the same configurations, if you will, for different moves and all
down
that
back
kind of stuff
X,
with a lot of the characters and that. But Raiden's my favourite.
And I just wanted to mention I got one of your challenges that you sent, the tower challenges.
Yeah, smashed it.
Destroyed it.
Yeah,
I think you had 218 or 280 or something. Yeah, 450 odd.
Yeah.
Bring it on. I can't wait to play you in this game.
Yep. And other than that, really, I've just been playing. I did a couple of races on Drive Club and just some Vita with a bit more on the Shadow of Ronin. So... yeah, I just really haven't had that much time to play with you. I've been doing a lot of gaming research, if you will. I'm doing an assignment on Mortal Kombat as a whole. And, just been doing a lot of research on that and finding out some very interesting things about it.
Cool. So, are you able to lend me a couple $100 for when I go down to Tassie? Mr.
No.
Moneybags?
Nah. What do you mean, Mr. Moneybags?
Well, you said you've been playing Drive Club.
Yes.
Well, how much are they paying you to play it? Surely
Still waiting for the free one.
You've got some extra coin laying around from the payment that they made.
Yeah. I just mentioned Drive Club on your show. Come on, it's still here. We're still promising you your free PlayStation Plus version of it.
All right, cool. Is that's your week?
Yeah, that's just my week. Yeah.
All right, Red, set, go.
Cricket. No, look, I've actually got something new to report for cricket. I'm very stoked about. Those in the know will understand exactly what I'm talking about, and it'll go over others' heads that don't know what I'm talking about. Go figure. I started a new career learning what I've learnt with the other two players that I've created, and I managed to impress the selectors in the county cricket, so I've now gone from a domestic championships in Australia to now being selected and playing the one-day format over in England. So one step closer to the national selection and that elusive trophy. Full stop. Battlefield Hardline. Can't get off it. Over level 40 now. Absolutely loving it. I was started this week initially trying to get the 257,000 shotgun kills you need for the impossible trophy to be the only one that's going to be a pain in the ass to try and platinum the game. And then I thought, no, I'm doing this for all the wrong reasons. Go back to having fun. So I went back to my normal class and I've just been wrecking shit all week. I really do enjoy it. I've done the first 4 levels on Wolfenstein: The New Order, doing a platinum playthrough. Look, honestly, I'm following a guide just to tick a few boxes and to register another platinum on there. I hate playing using guides. Fucking hell. No, you got to stop the video on YouTube, go find the spot, find the part on the map. And then I just remembered playing this game, it gives you no like real objective markers. Like, it'll put somewhere on the map where you've got to go, but it won't give you any help getting there. And a couple of them is just fucking climbing ladders, going down elevators, going around here. Oh, I've been here. Oh, go fucking figure. And yeah, so it was very different on that aspect. I pumped myself up. I was so psyched. I reinstalled Assassin's Creed Unity, done the 47 gig update.
So you're getting paid as well. What's going on here?
I hit the X button, loaded it up, and Nick was there with me, and you were there with me in the chat party, and I think Weeksies was around somewhere. I went, continue games. Like, yeah, I've done bugger all the story. In all honesty, I'm up to the start of Sequence 4. And then said you can't play without the update. And I'm like, bitch, please. I updated it. But I couldn't continue on my save file until I'd updated Dead Kings, the DLC pack. So there was another 8 gigs. So my love for that died right there and then. Nick's like, you only need to put in the first hour, Red, and you'll be right, and you'll keep playing along. I went, yeah, no worries. And this wasn't last night, it was the night before. So last night I booted Unity up. And I died after about 10 minutes, and I went, you know what? No, I could so use that 55 gig on my hard drive somewhere better, so I haven't played it since. Something that lasted as long as Unity is I ventured back into Far Cry 4 for 15 minutes to help Nick pick up a couple of trophies, and I just remembered how crappy that co-op is.
Yeah.
We got separated and morphed back to each other, and I'm like, for Christ's sake, I couldn't get into his game from the main menu, from the join co-op section. Oh, this function's down at the moment. Rah. Nick sends me an invite. Bang, I'm straight in. It's like, Jesus Christ, get your shit together. And the other game that's been taking most of my week, and on the contrary, most of my week's probably been spent on cricket, but the other one, the other big one's Borderlands 2 with Luke.
Yeah.
And a little bit with Weeksy. I think you and I have done predominantly more. I'd say we've put at least 12 hours co-op in together in just 2 sessions, I think.
Yeah, it's a fantastic game. I've never played Borderlands more than a couple of hours on last generation. And not because I didn't like it, but just I played it late in consoles, and I really just can't handle the old consoles anymore. They're too slow, sluggish, and there's no party chat on the PS3 because I was playing it the PS Plus version with you, Red, and it's just a pain in the ass because you're playing on the PS3, but you've got your chat party running on the PS4, so you can't really hear the sounds properly because it's down, so you can chat. And it's just
our merit was there for trying.
Well, yeah, absolutely. We did give it a go, but playing it on the PS4 has given it a new lease of life, and I'm absolutely keen on it. I love it. I've put in over a day's worth on it already.
Yeah. Dead set.
Does it look a lot better?
Oh, yeah.
Well, look, it's 1080p, it's 60 frames, but I don't think you can really say it looks better. It's a cel-shaded game, so it looked pretty good on last generation.
It's just a bit brighter.
It's probably is a bit brighter and vibrant, and tech spec-wise, it loads really fast.
Oh, zing.
And it runs really smoothly. That's probably the best part about it being on next gen, but then also just the functionality where it's easy to connect and chat with your mates. But the game itself is really fun. Plenty to do.
Plenty to do.
Yeah, massive amounts of side missions and stuff in them.
Massive. Yeah. But the thing is that's daunting is, do I play Borderlands 2 to completion and then risk being sick of it and not being interested in playing the pre-sequel, which also comes in the Handsome Collection, because there's 2 games.
Yeah.
But I reckon there's about a trilogy worth of gameplay in just one game alone.
And how good's that for value for money?
Oh, it's fantastic value for money. Absolutely.
Sorry to interrupt, Sean.
I was just about to say, like, they've always been traditionally big games with lots to do. So, well, I remember playing the original Borderlands and bits of Borderlands 2 and that. And you, as you say, it is daunting sitting there looking at it. It's kind of like a Dragon Age Inquisition when you go in there and you look at it and go, holy shit, there's a lot to do. In saying that, Borderlands, you don't feel like it's wasting your time. Whereas in the Dragon Age and that, it just seemed like Dragon Age with the full scope of everything. It just didn't seem to respect your time, and I wasn't having fun playing it when I was playing through it. But when playing Borderlands, it's fun.
It's a chuckle a minute. Yeah.
Dragon Age was boring. It was, you need to immerse yourself in the game, and sometimes it felt like 10, 20 minutes of just walking around to get to the marker. Whereas this one, there might be a large open area where you're walking to that'll take ages, but you'll hit like 6 side missions that are actually quite fun and interesting on the way, find weapons, there'll be shit to loot everywhere. So you could pick up like 6 or 7 new items along the way en route. I think someone was telling me, it might have been you, Red, but the variations in the weapons puts it in the millions or something like that, because there are so many slight variations of specs and things like that with the guns, that there's millions of different weapons in the game.
But that's my week.
All right, my week not too different, but Mortal Kombat X was good fun. I picked that back up off you, Sean, with the express idea of fighting Jason, Reprimir, my nephew, the guy who plays video games all the time. And when he's not playing video games, he's playing video games, if that makes any sense whatsoever. But that's what he does. So he's really good. But that's one thing that I will hold above him forever, is that I smash him in Mortal Kombat. Back when Mortal Kombat 9 was out, he came and visited, and he had it. He imported it from like Europe or whatever. This was back when it was banned in Australia. And I kicked his ass back then too. And he reminded me of that. I completely forgot and thought that, he would be ace. But he goes, no, you used to beat me back then. I'm like, oh, yeah, you're right. That's awesome. And so we played Mortal Kombat X, and we played our first match. I played as Devora, and he played as Sub-Zero. And I nailed him. And as soon as we finished the first fight, I handed the controller over to my brother that was over, and said, there you go, you can play. I'm done now. I don't need to play anymore.
Full of Hearthstone.
Yeah. Hearthstone. But I was just joking. We played heaps of matches after that. Look, I didn't beat him every single time, but I would probably put it up to about 75-80% of the time I won. I'm not saying by any stretch of anyone's imagination that I'm, a world beater, but I'm pretty good at it. So you saying that you could beat me, Sean, I think, look, you may kick my ass. Who knows? I haven't played you in a while, and when I did play you,
it was the first time I touched it.
Literally lifted it up, and I had a couple of hours of practice on you, but I'm pretty confident that I'm going to be a force to be reckoned with.
Awesome.
We'll see.
I haven't played you, Red, so that'll be interesting too. That's something that we'll be able to do in a couple of days. So today, what did I say today was? Tuesday. In 2 days' time, I will be flying down to Tasmania and meeting our good friend Red, and we'll be playing some couch co-op. I dare say we'll stream some Mortal Kombat X and see who really is the ultimate champion.
That's all right. I'll have you half cut by the time it's installed.
Mate, I am zen. When it comes to video games, you won't shake me. So, but anyway, by the time you're listening to this, I'll most likely be on my way home from Tasmania, and we'll tell you all about our awesome couple of days away next week. But what else? Also, Borderlands, we're playing that. Awesome. Started watching, I guess it's not really video game related, but Daredevil. It's just awesome related. And if it's awesome or video games, it's welcome on this podcast or our Facebook page. But Daredevil, have you watched it, Sean?
Yes.
How many episodes in are you?
I've watched the first one, and I think I fell asleep in the second one.
So just like video games, not many go good. You're consistent. I like it.
There's so many other things on there on that Netflix to watch.
Though. Netflix is amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's the tie-in, I guess, because I'm watching Daredevil
on the video game
on my console. Yeah, but man, I love it. I'm 6 episodes in, and I absolutely love it. And it's anybody is into anything like that, Daredevil or comic book characters and the movies. This is a fantastic show. I look forward to watching this. Like last night, my wife wanted to watch the new episode of Game of Thrones. Secretly in my head, I was thinking I'd prefer to be watching Daredevil. I like Daredevil more than the current series of Game of Thrones.
You see nothing, Murdoch.
That was tops. Very good, very good. But
the guy out of the Mighty Ducks in that as well.
Yes, it is the goalkeeper or whatever his name is, Squidgy or Scuzzy or Scudgy or is that
the chubby Ranger guy?
That's him.
Oh yeah, I remember him from Idle Hands. Wasn't he the bloke with the bottle in his head?
No. Is it? Yeah, it is. Yeah.
With the Joker.
Yeah, with
Heath Ledger.
What?
Heath Ledger.
No, that's two hands.
That's two hands.
Oh, Idle Hands.
No, Idle Hands is that one where his hand gets possessed.
Seth, what's his name?
Seth Green, isn't it?
Seth Green, yeah. Yeah,
Seth Green he gets his head cut off. Oh no, he's got the bottle in his head. Yeah, no, Seth has the bottle in his head, and the chubby Ranger guy gets his head cut off and sticky tapes it back on. Mm. Yeah, that's right.
Chubby Ranger guy. He'll be forever known as the Mighty Ducks. Chubby Ranger guy.
Yeah, I don't know what his name is. Anyway. Daredevil is sick. And also, my loot crate is in the mail.
Oh, giggity.
Yeah, so this month's loot crate is fantasy. It's my first month, so I'm definitely doing an unboxing and to see how giddy I get opening it up and excited or how disappointed I am.
You won't be able to hide the initial reaction.
Yeah, well, that's it. So I'll do an unboxing of it when that comes. But it's apparently due this Sunday. So the day that this podcast comes out, so it's obviously not going to be delivered on Sunday, but it'll be early the week after, I would imagine. So that's coming just around the corner, and I'm really excited for that. But other than that, that's my game talk for the week. So that's all we've got. We'll move on to some news. Right, first in the news, a new PlayStation Vita design. Have either of you guys picked up on this story?
I've seen bits of it, yeah.
Yeah,
I seen what was on our blog this morning.
Yeah, I've taken since doing the initial research for that blog post, I've looked into a little bit more. So I've got a little bit more of an understanding of it, but it's still very confusing because there's a lot of legal, trademarky jargon business going on behind the scenes with Sony and all that. But anyway, earlier on at Trademark Bot tweeted an image of like a design for a PlayStation Vita. It looked remarkably similar or exactly the same as the current model or the original model Vita. Now, there's already two types of Vita. I think it's called the PlayStation Vita 1000 and the PlayStation Vita 2000 is the newer one, which is slightly slimmer and has a different screen. That only came out, I think, last year, that slimmer one. So it's only recent that we've had a revamp of the Vita, which didn't really change very much at all. But it says there's a lot because this tweet was in Japanese, so I used Google Translate to see what it said, and it said something about the trademark has been filed for Sony Computer Entertainment as of the 1st of April 2015 for a controller for portable LCD screen game machine. Now, I've done a little bit of research into it now. It's very hard and very confusing with, like I said, all the legal jargon and all that sort of stuff. But what I can kind of understand it to be is it's not going to be a new model. It's all just shit behind the scenes that they have to do to maintain positional trademarks.
Okay.
Okay, if you know anything about that sort of stuff, it's a positional trademark. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's a new trademark design that they're going to make or anything like that. But I mean, in saying that, it doesn't mean that they're not working on a new one. But I don't think what was leaked was actually a new model, because it looked exactly the same to me. But who knows? But except for the top, I would really like. I don't know if you've got your Vita close by, Sean, but if you look at the top of the Vitas we've got the original, not the Slim, where the L and R buttons are, behind it there's kind of like a little divot, which is, I dare say, just to aid in pressing the button down.
Yeah.
I would really love it if they sort of cut that away a little bit more and put a real thin R2 button in there. Only small, but look, the as I said in the blog, the main reason why I don't use my Vita as much as I would like to for remote play is the absence of those R2 and L2 buttons, because they usually map them to the touchscreen or the back touchpad, which is shit. It's really bad.
And the R3 and L3 as well. That have been
absolutely
a click into
not as important.
All that kind of stuff.
Not as important, I think, as the R buttons. The R2 and L2s.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely if they're going to add that.
Well, you need it to scope.
Yeah, some things, and running and stuff like that. Yeah.
Running is a big one, or selecting things. You do need it, and it's a button. I think is always better than a touchscreen. That's why I don't game much on my phone, because it's just terrible. But look, if they do come out with a reiteration, those would be the two things that I would definitely want, and that would give me enough to buy a new one versus keeping the current one. But anyway, we'll find out what they changed. But yeah, don't get your hopes up. I don't think that was what it was originally reported to be. So
the first of the 3 announced 2.5D Assassin's Creed spin-off titles, named Assassin's Creed Chronicles China, is due out this week. Tomorrow, I believe, being Wednesday the 22nd of April. And I've seen the video trailer now for it, and I'm pretty excited.
It looks pretty decent, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. And as a big fan of the PS Plus title Strider, you loved it too, didn't you, Luke?
Yeah, sure. Fuck.
Yeah, I love that, and the whole 2.5D, 2D will do. For the exploration and it really reminded me of Prince of Persia's original sort of games, And after seeing the release trailer, not yesterday, the day before, I got really super excited about it. And we've spoken about it a couple of times, Luke and I, haven't we, about if it's standalone, if it's not. And obviously, we know now that it is. And just a couple of reasons I'd like to bring up. I know it's probably not news, but it's in the news section. It needed to be standalone, because after my experience with Unity this week, I'm not going to reinstall that and have that sitting there just so I can play this, because it is for Season Pass holders, and it'll be standalone. I would hope it'd be around the $22 mark, or less, to try and build back a bit of confidence after Unity did flop. And I'm not trying to say something bad about Ubisoft or the Assassin's Creed series in itself, but it was a very, very bad taste, and it still lingers with you, Luke.
Absolutely.
Big time, So, quickly back on the news article. It's set in the 16th century traditional China, and it's done with the traditional brushstrokes and a contemporary impressionistic styles of art. And your character's name is Xiao Zhan, or Xiao Jun, but I think it's Xiao Zhan. And the adventure will immerse players in a living painting as they traverse undetected across China's historical landmarks. So, yeah, look out for the Great Wall of China on that one.
I think it looks fantastic. I'm watching it.
So do I.
Now, I would definitely like to play this.
Yes, me too. I will play it some way or another.
Well, that'd be with it as well, like with these 2.5D games and all that kind of stuff. It needs a 2.5D map as well.
Yes. Because
the big thing with, I know you were saying, Luke, as well, and I had the same with Blackgate, was you were playing a 2.5D game with a 2D map. and it was so hard to find things or see where you were, basically, because you'd find yourself going around in circles because of the stupid way that the map was.
Yeah, maps in those types of games are usually horrible. That's my experience with them anyway. Yeah, Blackgate was a disgrace, because it would tell you, all right, get here, but I have no idea how to get there because I don't know which way's up.
Basically, yeah. The maps were horrible.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, kind of like with Abe's Odyssey. You could go through a door and you'd come closer to the foreground, and then you can push... Is that what you mean, like that? Or as in when you're looking at the map?
When you're looking at the map, it was like a top-down view of a map.
Oh, okay.
But you couldn't see which way to go, or they'd hide doors in a way that it was just impossible to find where you were going.
Yeah, look, I've only got problems, no solutions. I'm not very helpful with the problem, but that's my right as a consumer. Fix it, damn it! Hell, I don't know. Just fucking do it.
You're the one that made it.
Yeah, so hopefully one of us will have something to report on Chronicles China next week.
Yeah.
All right, Heroes of the Storm has a release date of the 2nd of June. So it goes into open beta on May 19, and then it will officially launch on June 2. So that's the Blizzard MOBA, Heroes of the Storm. So.
All right, just give me a moment. I've just got to ring my mum. Yeah, hi, Mum. Yeah, just want to let you know, you're going to have heaps of 14-year-olds trying to have sex with you, all right? Yep. Yep. All right, Dad's got the shotgun. All right, good stuff. All right, thanks, Mum. Catch you later, bye. All right, we're ready for Heroes of the Storm.
Today's presentation has been brought to you by Vaseline Australia.
I want to play it. I enjoyed it. So yeah.
Oh, the only other thing with the beta and the open beta, your progress won't be wiped.
No, it'll continue on.
Oh, really?
On as the closed beta, everything got wiped, so no progression was kept. But as of the open beta, character progression will carry on, and if something does go wrong, Blizzard will give you the equivalent of your current progress.
I had a level 1000 character, damn it, and it's gone.
Screenshot.
Yeah. Oh, well. Cool. I won't play it, so you guys enjoy. All right, Blizzard again. Giveth and taketh away. What could I be talking about there?
I know.
Rift Trials.
They're removing them. They haven't gone yet, but Blizzard have said that they're in the midst of working out bugs and things that have sort of arisen from removing it. So in their in-house copies, so their game that they're working on, it's gone. They're just going to perfect it before they patch it and update it. But what they've said, the trials are not good. We don't like them. I don't like them. And that was from the senior technical game designer Wyatt Cheng. So this was on a Twitch stream that he was explaining this. And it also says that trials will be getting removed from the game. I can't tell you when. I can tell you that we've already removed trials from our internal build. That's exactly what I was telling you before. So they've been playing around with it and testing it, and we're committed to removing it. So apparently the community have spoken and said it's shit, remove it. And they agree and think it's terrible and remove it. There's the question that I've been posing since I initially read this news story, but is it necessary to remove something from a game that people don't like if it's completely avoidable?
Well, it's with it's to get into the greater rifts and all that kind of stuff. But the higher rift you get into, the greater the reward when it comes to being able to level up your gems.
Right.
So this is people. I don't know how they're going to change it to be able to. Are they still going to have the greater rifts ranked in some kind of difficulty, or what they're going to do to be able to make it so the people that are good enough to go into the higher rift levels and stuff like that, are they going to be now pissed off because they've got to grind more to get levels up on their gems?
I don't know. I didn't have a problem with it myself. That's why I'm a little bit confused. But
Correct me if I'm wrong, those Rift Trials were the only place you could get those unique gems from and upgrade them?
The Greater Rifts, yes.
Yeah.
Well, the trial was just where you started off in the Greater Rift.
Yeah, at what level?
Yeah, what level? It's just it just sort of ranked you basically instead of starting.
Oh, that's right. Yeah,
at
it's wave defense, wasn't it?
Instead of starting off at level 1, if you're a boss character, you'll kick off at 100.
Yep.
That's what it was, and it basically saved you a bit of time. So you'd get shit loot, and you'd have to keep going. Yeah, I don't know, but they're getting rid of it. Nobody likes it, including them. So I don't know, power to them, I guess. But I don't really play Diablo 3 that much anymore, so I'm not terribly upset by it. All right, flying through this. Red.
Speaking of things being taketh away, there's 4 core EA free-to-play titles going offline in 89 days, probably 88 now, given this was yesterday's news article. So the 4 games that EA are pulling, the 4 free-to-play games they're pulling, is Battlefield Heroes, Battlefield Play for Free, Need for Speed World, and FIFA World. They will go offline, as I said, in 88 days. This will only leave EA's free-to-play titles as Command & Conquer Tiberium Alliances, which I kind of never knew existed, but I'm going to Google after the show, because I love CNC, and Star Wars The Old Republic, and that's pretty much a license to print microtransactions as far as they're concerned, that was a good game. I put probably about 3 months into it, because my brother paid for a 3-month subscription. But they will hold on to their games on the phone, like Simpsons Tapped Out, Bejeweled Blitz, and Outer Noughts. So just really quickly, that's the news. They're pulling the pin on those things. I want to give an opinion. I reckon it's a good idea because when we're talking Blizzard with your Hearthstone and Heroes of the Storm, and you've got your League of Legends and your Dota 2, free to play that's where it's at. You know what I mean? Your MOBAs and your whatnot. That's where all the free to play action is. That and like Team Fortress 2 and Star Wars Old Republic. But so I don't think we need too many of them. I don't know. You guys probably navigated a whole lot more smoother than I do. But you go on Steam, and there's all these bloody free to play games, and it's like, oh, that could be cool. That could be cool. And by the time you've been through that, you've got 60 gig of games on your computer that you can really do fuck all with after the first couple of hours, unless you pile a bit of coin into it.
Well, that's the whole thing behind it is it's probably costing more money to run the servers than they're making from the game. So
yeah.
The thing with free-to-play games is, and I can confidently say this, I have never played a free-to-play game other than a mobile phone one. So just ignore mobile devices. I've never played a free-to-play game that I have played for more than a couple of minutes.
Yeah, that you've ever enjoyed, basically.
Sorry, no, that's incorrect. Fucking Hearthstone, that's on PC, and that's where I played it originally. Let's put that aside as well, because that is a fantastic game.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm thinking more of like your MOBAs or your first-person shooters and things like that. I've never gotten into any of them.
Yeah, because there's plenty of Tom Clancy ones on there, like the Ghost Recon something, and
I can't get into them.
Yeah, no, I'm with you there, because you've always got that thing hanging over the back of your head going, I'm never going to be any good at this game without shelling something out or putting 100 hours a week into, you know?
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but I've never gotten anywhere with them.
Yeah, and that's that.
2K Australia is shutting its doors. So the Canberra-based studio, which did Borderlands, the pre-sequel, and the Bureau XCOM Declassified, they're apparently closing up shop and everyone's getting laid off. So this will be the last major gaming studio that's in Australia that will be now shut, effectively basically killing the industry in Australia for big AAA titles. So very disappointing.
There's a lot of people that have just recently lost their jobs, and I don't have a lot of the facts in front of me or the names involved, but apparently there's a guy who's taking charge here and doing like a Kickstarter campaign thing and pushing off like some viral tweets and things like that to try and get all these guys jobs. So, like, he's talking to all these contacts and getting them to tweet with the hashtag 2K something, 2K jobs or something for all those employees, because there would have been hundreds of them that got laid off to try and get them new jobs. So that's another issue with these Australian developers going down and closing their doors, because there's a lot of people unemployed now.
Yeah, so I've got an official statement here from 2K, and it says that we can confirm we have taken steps to begin the studio closure process for 2K Australia in order to better manage ongoing development costs while improving the working proximity of our creative teams. We are very grateful for the team's valuable contributions to numerous 2K projects, and we are working with affecting staff to explore reassignment opportunities where possible. So they're trying to cut costs, and they're saying they're improving the working proximity. So basically we'd be a studio that's so far away from everything else. Like, they'd have one in the US, and I'm guessing they have one in Europe as well. And just trying to bring the whole company together, I think. But it's very disappointing for the industry, and Australia's got so many talented people out there that can do this type of work and there's no opportunities for them. There's so many game degrees and gaming courses and all that kind of stuff for these people to program stuff, to never be able to have something to aspire to. There's nowhere in Australia now that's able to do it. We lost Team Bondi that did LA Noire with Rockstar. Now we've got 2K gone, and there's no one left now. So unless the big companies around the world start to look at investing into Australia, then we're really it's gonna kill the industry here. So it's very disappointing.
Yeah, and so for those that don't know, the most recent game put out by 2K Games Australia was the Borderlands, a pre-sequel, wasn't it?
Yep.
And look, I haven't played it yet. I'm very close to starting it, but I haven't heard anything bad about it. I heard quite good things about it. So they were a decent crew, a decent team of developers. It's a shame.
And especially with when you look at it, they're saying that they're going to improving the working proximity and all that kind of stuff. The world is not as big as what it used to.
No, it's very small now with technology. You're right.
Yeah, like we're just even doing this podcast. Like Red's in Tasmania, like 1,000 kilometres away, and we've got no issues. And it's the same with these things, like with Skype, having Skype meetings, or putting something into the cloud. Everything's accessible at the click of a button, and you don't need to be face to face with people to have a close proximity or a working environment like that. So
maybe this wouldn't have happened if we had NBN already.
Yeah, well.
Damn you, government.
Yeah.
Can I just tie in another news article just to footnote this?
$5.
$5. I'm not giving you a goddamn likeness, Monster.
Goddamn, very pretty.
The Borderlands creator, Matthew Armstrong, has
Yeah.
just left Gearbox Software.
Oh,
I know
okay.
it's not 2K, but they're behind Borderlands and the pre-sequel also.
Does that mean much to us, though?
No, it was just a little footnote.
Where's the? I've seen that. I've seen that news item across my internet research.
Yeah.
I've never clicked on it.
So Armstrong was credited as a designer, director, and writer on the first popular first-person RPG hybrid, and worked on all subsequent Borderlands titles. And he's gone on to quote, "In a rare moment, I was temporarily non-vital." And he said, but now he's at the stage he can leave without damaging Borderlands or Gearbox too much. So he has, and he's going to venture out and try new things.
Good on him.
I think it's really run its course. 1, 2, pre-sequel. They've each got like fucking 10 DLC packs each.
Yeah.
You got
There's definitely enough Borderlands out there to satisfy people.
And the Telltale's going to continue it on for a little while. So it's not like content's not going to be still fresh for a while.
Yeah. I'm sure they'll come back with a Borderlands
3.
Maybe?
Threequal.
A threequel?
A threequel.
Oh, let's patent that shit right now. And then they can pay us for it. All right, what else have we got left? Who's got news on Mortal Kombat sales?
Red does.
Go Red!
I got just to satisfy Luke, I won't give the statistic
Oh, okay.
because there isn't one. But Mortal Kombat and series creator Ed Boon has come out and said literally millions of players are getting online, and Mortal Kombat X has sold more copies faster than any other game in the franchise storied history.
It's probably because it was available everywhere.
Yeah, and it was the first on a current gen system.
Yeah, good game. I think it is. In playing it, I could say it's one of the strongest out of the entire series. It plays well, looks good, and is overall quite a fantastic game.
And our network features now.
Yeah.
When
That's
they
what
work.
I like about it, the big, the living towers and the accessibility of the online, the faction war, and all that kind of stuff. So it seems like the Lin Kuei will be winning the faction war for a very long time, because it looks like everybody's in love with Sub-Zero and see him, and they've gone, yeah, I want to be part of his faction.
Yeah, but everyone's also going to see that they're smashing it and change factions. They probably need to change it so you can't change factions too often.
Yeah, you got to get level 50 in each faction for a trophy, so you probably will see a little bit of jumbling from the diehards, but then diehards normally stay pretty true to their own colours as well. And there was another theory put forward by Nick the other night that the first faction, because you got 5 to pick from, correct?
Yep.
The first faction being probably the Lin Kuei one you talk about with Sub-Zero, and people are probably, they said it could be attributed to probably 20% people just trying to hit X, trying to get into the game, wanting to play it, that they've automatically picked that faction.
That is a big factor that it could be, absolutely.
But yeah, and many
that's
reports,
what I didn't know much about it, and that's what I had in my review when I put it up, was that me, like most other people, probably just clicked on it to get into the game. Yeah, I didn't even know anything about the faction wars and all that kind of stuff before release, and I just went, okay, there's a faction, yeah, I'll pick that one there. It's got Sub-Zeros, it's cool, it's the first one, and
When it popped up for me, I took it very seriously. There was a button you could press, I think it was like triangle, and it would show you like a preview, if you will, to try and get you on board. So I watched the Lin Kuei one first. I'm like, okay, yeah, that looks inviting. And what's the next one? The next one, and I watched all of their videos. And at the very end, I was obviously faced with a tough decision, considering I hadn't done anything in the game yet. I had no idea what it was all about. So I put them all together and I weighed up the odds and I went, Sub-Zero's cool, I'm picking that one!
Yeah, Noob Zero. Everyone picks Sub-Zero.
Yeah, well, he was in the original one and he was sick because he could freeze people and then uppercut them, and the uppercut did so much damage in the first one. Everything else.
yeah, the whole reason why they had Sub-Zero and Scorpion in the first one.
Because all they needed to do was change the colours?
Same. Yes, it was. It was because they ran out of memory.
Yeah.
To create a new character, so they just changed the colours. Yeah.
Yep. It's just a
variant.
Couple of letters in the coding changes the colour.
Yeah.
That's it. Change it the blue to orange.
Yeah, but good on it. And there's no confirmed release date for last gen consoles yet.
Sorry, PS3 and Xbox One. Time to upgrade.
I'm not sorry.
Yes, me neither. I've got it. Alright, who's going to tell us about Bloodborne?
Sean is.
Oh, that was right. Yes. Oh, yeah, that was right. A guy has completed... First of all, I'm going to start off by saying a big fuck you to this guy. Because he has beaten Bloodborne using a Rock Band controller. The guitar. I can't even get through the third boss with a normal controller. Now, he's got a Rock Band guitar, and through the wonders of wiring and different little things he does, he's hooked it up to his PS4, mapped the keys to correspond with the buttons.
Which you could do with the new update, 2.50 or whatever.
Yep, and then he's beaten Bloodborne using a rock band guitar.
That's so...
Shredding while he's shredding. Nah.
And one of the things is that you need to. It's got like a movement thing in the guitar. Do you know how if you pull up your
star power?
You get the star power. That's like his move right. So he must look like a complete mong playing this thing, just constantly lifting the guitar up and moving it around to dodge everything. But screw you.
That's still funny.
Are you done with Bloodborne?
No. I'll get back into it, but
just go leave your PlayStation on for 12 hours.
Yeah, do that. And make sure you got a fresh prescription of what's that shit called? Xanax or something?
It's just
diclozapine.
keep you chilled. Yeah.
Medicinal marijuana. What do you need this? What do you need this for? Play Bloodborne.
Yeah.
There you go.
I'm anxious.
Oh, lovely. All right. Star Wars Battlefront. What are we going to talk about with that? I guess there's probably plenty to discuss.
The gameplay trailer.
Right, yeah, that they didn't call it a gameplay trailer.
No, just a trailer.
Yeah, because that's not what it is. So anyway, this week we saw the Star Wars Battlefront trailer for... What, is it just called that? Star Wars Battlefront?
Yep.
Wasn't there already that?
Yeah, there is, yeah.
So shouldn't this be like Battlefront 2 or something?
Well, didn't that get shelved?
What,
I was going to say shelved.
Look, I don't know, but anyway, Star Wars Battlefront, we got the video, we got the trailer coming out this week, and what do you think of it?
Oh, I think it looks awesome.
It does. It looks
you know what? I'm still excited about this. I'm still going to get this game. From what I've seen at the Star Wars fan thing that they've done, a few things disappointed me. Got even more disappointed when I jumped onto the PlayStation Store. I don't know if this is 100% confirmed yet or not, but it says 720p.
Yeah, I did see that.
Oh wow!
So I really hope that that's not the case with it. Like, it didn't look 720p, especially in the trailer, but as
I guarantee you that trailer that we watched was running on a high-end PC. That definitely wouldn't have been a console version.
Yeah, other things that I've noticed is no campaign.
Yeah, I saw that as well.
So that's a little bit disappointing. It's all online. You won't be able to use... well, they're not using Battle Log in these ones, which
still going to have a better story than Destiny.
Yeah. They're actually, they said that they're not going to have a campaign, but you'll be able to play offline co-op. So it'd be missions against bots. Yeah. Which it'd be pretty cool, you know. Like, I really want to see what kind of missions and that there is, because there's DLC coming out a week before the new Star Wars film comes out, which is a major battle that will take place, and it's a battle in between the end of Return of the Jedi and the start of The Force Awakens.
Yeah.
So I'll be very interested to see in that. They said you'd be able to play as Darth Vader, Luke Skywalker, and like Boba Fett.
In watching the trailer for Battlefront, there is absolutely nothing inside that game that resembles anything realistic for gameplay.
No.
That is even though it's in-engine, okay, and they claim it's in-engine, and I agree, yeah, okay, that's in-engine, but do you remember I know this because I looked into it a lot because it was my favourite game of all time, but it was in The Last of Us. Remember how when they went from the original PS3 version to the PS4 version, they said that they were happy to use the PS4 because it had the power for them to use the models that they used in the in-game cutscenes. Sorry, they could use the cutscene models as the in-game characters.
Yeah.
So there are two different setups. So when in The Last of Us, when you played the game, your character had a certain fidelity to it, and then when it cut to the cutscenes, which were in-engine, in-game, they were a lot more detailed because they didn't need as much processing power because there was no AI running because it's all predetermined. It's like a video, like a movie mode thing. Everything that I've seen in Battlefront I think will be that upscaled, high fidelity cutscene images. It won't look anything like that in game.
No.
I don't think it'll look anywhere near.
Unless you're running it at 4K on a PC.
I reckon it will be a fantastic looking game. Whether it's a good game or not is yet to be determined. But nothing that we've seen in that is anything like what it will be gameplay wise.
Yeah.
And when they hold back and don't show gameplay, even just a slight couple of seconds, that makes me worry that they think it's shit.
Yeah.
Because if it was fucking fantastic, they would have teased a little bit of gameplay.
Yeah. They're also going with the multiplayer and all that kind of stuff. They said it's going to have options for split screen or co-op online and a maximum of 40 player count in-game, different modes and all that kind of stuff, and switchable between first person and third person.
Oh yeah, I like that. So
Yeah, that'd be cool.
What your armor looks like.
Yeah. So you'll be able to fully customize your character and all that kind of stuff as well. So that'd be good to be able to have a look at what they look like. So yeah. Yeah,
I'm excited for it, but I'm not going to
gagging.
Yeah, I definitely won't be gagging for this sort of thing because Star Wars games have a history of being either really, really good or really, really shit.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. If they can find a happy medium and be somewhere in the middle, I'll be happy, but as long as it's not just absolutely terrible.
So it is DICE that's doing this as well, and they're the ones that were responsible for Battlefield, and I was very skeptical when I first heard that it was them doing it because of the shit fight basically that Battlefield 4 was, but now in seeing that, like Red, you were saying that the hardline multiplayer is awesome.
Yep, and great.
Yeah, so if they can do that and it is going to focus predominantly on being a multiplayer game, then yeah, it's going to be good.
I think that if anyone was going to pull off a game like this that would be good, I think DICE is a good choice.
Yeah.
It's a shame that EA
is involved. I was waiting for it. I was going to say a tackle you put that.
I'm hoping EA redeem themselves in the few years to come because they do put out good games. It's just that they've had really bad practices lately.
Yeah. Since 2013, it's been terrible.
Yeah.
It's with their focus shifting towards like microtransactions and shit like that. It's just and everything running through Origin. Ugh.
Yeah, that's ugly. That is a real off-putting thing for me if it comes to a game on PC.
We'll see what happens. I'm still pretty stoked for it, and I'm pretty excited to see what they can do with it. So
yeah, me too.
Yeah, on the fence.
I'll no doubt dissect any gameplay video that comes out for it. All right, I think that's all for our news.
Yeah.
All right, let's go into What's That Sound?
I think it's time we stop. Children, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
So, last week, What's That Sound? I told you it was going to be hard. I think it might have been a little bit too hard. Nobody, although it is only Tuesday, nobody has yet. Normally, the day that I put up the podcast, I get a couple of answers immediately, specifically from our good Rusky, Big Musky. Nothing. All quiet on the Western Front. No entries. No incorrect, no correct. It's just people who have no idea what it is.
There was one guess in the post.
No, you are correct. Sorry, my bad. There was an incorrect guess. But yeah, I think it was pretty hard. Red, I also owe you some toast.
You do, actually. Yeah.
Because I promised that I would make you some toast, Vegemite, and cheese if you had never played this game before. Because I was so confident that you both would have played it, but apparently not. It actually was Battletoads. It was the intro to the game Battletoads from way back in the day. And believe it or not, Red hasn't tried it. I really want you to try that game. It's a really cool game.
Yeah, we'll get an emulator up and running when you're down here.
Yeah, for sure. Either that or does your mate with all the retro...
Yeah, probably.
He'd probably have it, man, because he's got Super Nintendo and stuff, hasn't he?
Yeah.
I think it's on Super Nintendo.
I could soon tell you. I'll go back through the posts on the page because I posted a video of his photo of his collection. So
Oh yeah, cool. We'll have to look into it, and I'll get you to have a crack at that. Nice. But anyway, hard one. Now let's go for a slightly easier one.
Red.
Oh, Red's got it immediately. Exactly. Well done. Yeah. Woo. What am I clapping for? I'll just add the sound effect later. Well done. That is correct. Sean, did you have half a guess?
No.
No?
No, it was too
All right.
too quick there.
Cool. All right. Well, if anybody at home thinks they know what this sound is, should be an easy one. If you've played any sort of video games in the last 30 years, I'm sure the same sound has been used throughout the entire series, so you probably would recognise it. It's an easy one. Send us a message to our Facebook page, tell us what the answer is, and if you're correct, we'll give you a free game. There's only a limited, so if about 1,000 people enter, we're probably not going to be able to give everybody a game, but we'll do what we can. That's a really short show this week.
Considering you're going on hiatus as of not tomorrow, the next day, it's probably going to make it a bit better for your editing.
Well, yeah, that's it, because it'll be a nice quick edit for me to then go and jump on an aeroplane and fly down to Tasmania, and we'll talk all about it next week. I dare say, Red, do you agree we'll make some pretty cool content while we're in the same room?
Oh, right.
Do some recordings, do some videos, do some whatever.
Plenty of streaming as well.
Yeah, we'll do some streaming, dancing around in our undies, drinking beer, and...
Yeah, man. Tassie style.
What about snorting cocaine
Hey.
off a hooker's titty?
Oh, I don't know about the hooker, but the cocaine sorted. She charges extra for the navel.
Well, the navel, we'll do the navel. What can we put?
It is a Tassie hooker, so it's a good 250 mils. It's a cup.
All right,
Just bring your Sinex, bro.
we'll just use the belly button for to wash our hands.
Yeah, yuck. I was about to go somewhere foul with that, but I won't.
Well, now that we're at the end of this week's show, please take the time to like us on Facebook at www.facebook.com/AussieGamers2012. If you tweet your life away on a daily basis, follow at AussieGamers12 on Twitter. On Twitch, we can be found at AussieGamersTV, at twitch.tv, Stitcher, TuneIn Radio, and iTunes is where you can find and download this podcast directly to the device of your choice. Just search Aussie Gamers Express. Head on over to our blog, AussieGamersExpress.com. Check it out. All our latest reviews and little bits of news and all that cool stuff is up there. YouTube, we can be found by searching, you guessed it, Aussie Gamers Express. Check it out. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you get another annoying email whenever we decide to put a video up.
You get an email.
What?
You don't get an email when we put a video up.
Yes, you do.
No.
Every time a video is added, I've subscribed to the channel, and every time you add a video to it, I get an email sent to me.
Yeah.
No, people love that. That's not annoying.
No. If you love emails...
I don't get emails from the people that I've subscribed to.
Oh, okay. Might be something you can opt out of.
It might be a setting, because I get like a weekly email which shows me shit I might like, but doesn't tell me every time. Geez, that would drive me insane, because I've subscribed to quite a few channels.
Yeah, maybe you have to favourite them or something like you do on Twitter.
Yeah, maybe. But if that's what's happening, yeah, you can fix that. Don't unsubscribe, just fix it.
Yeah.
Please.
Can I
If
also...
you prefer snail mail, PO Box 130, Cranebrook, New South Wales 2749. Sorry, Red.
No, you're right. I interrupted you. Talking of Twitter, I ventured onto there. If you guys want to follow me, it's at redgaming_age.
Because that's easy to remember.
Well, you can rewind this.
Yeah,
yes.
follow Red, because he'll chuck some gaming stuff up on there.
Well, that's all it's for, hence redgaming_age. I retweet us, and I've got a few gaming people on there I follow and retweet some pretty cool stuff. It's a gold mine for subject matter. Wow.
Yeah, that's why I use Twitter a fair bit. Nice, alright kids. I think that's the end of episode 74. So I've been LewkOne.
I've been Thorncliff.
I've been Rare.
I'll see you in a couple of days, Red.
Wicked!
And touch wieners.
Just once. Just so it's been done.
Yeah.
Depends on how it tastes.
Scratch and sniff, bro. Scratch and sniff.
Alright.